Plastic lures have come a long way. They come now in all different sizes, configurations, colors, and even the type of plastic that they're made out of. What I'm holding up is part of the Trigger X line, and these are pheromone impregnated. And this is called the drop dead minnow. And you can see that it's rigged if you want to just fish it with a large worm hook and just fish it subsurface, or you can use a traditional jig head or even some jig heads that are different configuration and fish it like a jig down deeper. Now we did really well today using these body baits that are anywhere from about 4 to 5 inches long. So this one is a straight tail. You can see it doesn't have an action tail, but when you move it, it does have a really lifelike action. These other two are paddle tail type minnows, and they're both 4.5 inches long. You can see that one is a little bit flatter, it has a wider body, and one is narrower. So whenever these drop or when they're lifted, the tails go back and forth. I believe that they actually draw fish from a further distance. Now you can fish these with any jig heads that I'm showing here. The key is that you have a heavy enough jig head to get you down to the bottom. And a lot of times when I'm using some of these fish-shaped plastic baits, I like to use the jig heads that actually look like a fish. And these flatter ones tend to make the jig plane a little bit on the drop, and sometimes that produces more hits. So the key, especially when you're lake trout fishing, is trying to get in their zone, whether they're suspended in deep water and hanging somewhere in between the top and the bottom water column, or right down near the bottom. Very important to get that presentation down in front of the fish.